want to show you what my week actually looks like. Not the polished version, just what really happens when you spend your days inside the finances of service businesses. The calls, the numbers, the moments where a founder looks at the screen and says, I knew something felt off, I just couldn't figure out what it was. I'm Philip, this is what I actually do. Every Monday, I open the same dashboard before anything else. Cash position, what's coming in, what's going out, anything that moved since last week. Takes me about 10 minutes. I'm not looking for crises. I'm looking for a drift. That could be a vendor payment that slightly was higher than expected, a collection that hadn't arrived, or a margin that quietly moved in the wrong direction. And honestly, none of it feels urgent alone. Tracked weekly, it tells me where the business is and where it's headed before it gets there. Pretty simple. Most founders I work with had never done this. They were checking their bank balance instead, which tells them what had already happened, not what's coming. Tuesday, had a call with a founder doing 600K. She came in feeling good, revenue was up, new clients, the team was busy. When we opened the numbers, the picture was different. Payroll had crept up. The 2 service lines she had been pushing had margin that started to compress, and the delivery costs increased. More revenue, less profit. She said, I knew something felt off. This is the most common thing I hear. The feeling comes first, then the clarity comes from when you actually see the numbers laid out in a way that tells you what they mean. We spent the rest of the call figuring out what the 3 specific moves that would actually fix it. Wednesday, 2 clients, both thinking about their first hire. Similar revenue, very different situations. The first one had a cash forecast. We confirmed the decision in about 20 minutes because she could see exactly what the hire would do to her cash position over the next 90 days. The other client was going off their bank balance that looked fine. When we built out the actual picture, the timing was not right yet. 6 to 8 weeks from now would be. So she left knowing exactly when to pull the trigger instead of guessing. Same decision, completely different level of clarity behind it. Thursday, monthly review call with a client who had been doing this for 8 months. 8 months ago, he described his finances as something that happened to him. Tax surprises, cash crunches, always finding out after the fact. Now he says that he knows what is coming before it arrives, and he makes decisions from the model instead of his gut feel. He stopped reacting, and he started leading. And that shift, it doesn't come from working harder. It comes from having the right information reviewed consistently, enough that patterns become visible before they become problems. The pattern I keep seeing. After a full week of calls, the pattern is always the same. The founders who feel the most in control are not the ones with the most revenue. They're the ones with the clearest picture of what their business is actually doing. And getting that picture, it doesn't require a full-time CFO. It requires a system and someone who knows how to read it with you. That's what I do. And the moment a founder stops guessing and starts seeing clearly, that is still the part of the job I look forward to the most. Subscribe for more on what this looks like. And if you want to know what this would look like in your business, the link is below.